We are on an island, but no, this will not be a series. This is going to be a documentary about 4 animals surviving on one lonely island. 4 medium-sized carnivores, and only one will survive. This is Eutyrannus huali. It is on the island and is one of the 4 that we will follow. But what this Eutyrannus is doing is dangerous. It is climbing up a steep hill, and if it loses its footing, it could tumble all the way down and fall down the dangerous cliff. A few minutes later, the Eutyrannus reaches the top, where it's the shady forest, and he takes a rest near the cliffside. He needs to cool down. He doesn't want to be in the sun. A few miles west lies our second character. It is Monolophosaurus. He saw the Eutyrannus climb earlier. The Eutyrannus is his size, and he doesn't want to attempt fighting him and lose. That would be bad. He tries to dig to find a prehistoric mammal, but no luck. But he can pick up a scent of something, not the Eutyrannus. He wanders out of his territory to see what he smells. It's getting closer, but he made a mistake of getting too close. What he smelled was Cryolophosaurus. Cryolophosaurus is angry and charges. Monolophosaurus flees. As he's back into his territory, he tries to stay on, but not fall off the cliff, but run around the edge of the perimeter of the forest and get over that way. And that's what he's trying to do. Cryolophosaurus is not done chasing him down. The Monolophosaurus must move fast, or he will surely die. Monolophosaurus gets out of the forest and is greeted by a divide. This is not the divide that separates the island into 2. It is further that way, in the cliff that leads to the plains, which the Monolophosaurus doesn't know about. This one is easy to cross, but the Cryolophosaurus is close by. Both dash across the divide. Where the Monolophosaurus reaches is not the plains. It is a small opening from the forest that leads to the plains and the jungle over there. But the Arctic King is not far behind. Before they can clash, they hear something in the forest. It's the Eutyrannus. The roaring sounds from both of these awaken him, and he has climbed up from the plains and crossed the forest to see what the racket is all about. And he is ready to fight. This is a battle that can go any way. Eutyrannus has injured the leg of the Monolophosaurus and is about to go for the final blow. And the Cryolophosaurus attacks from behind. Monolophosaurus sees no point going further. With his leg injured, he must move. And he heads down to the plains. Cryolophosaurus has injured the shoulder of the Eutyrannus. The Eutyrannus can get up and back away, but it is close to recovering. It hopes for the best, for it not to get infected. Leave the eastern side where the plains are
and move to the west, where our fourth and final character lies. Fourth and final character is Ceratosaurus. He has just woken up, and he is hungry, really hungry. He hasn't eaten in weeks. He will do anything. He is near the divide and has heard the noises from the battle nearby. To get to the plains, he will have to go up the giant cliff, and that is pretty much impossible. The Ceratosaurus must take a different path. Over there where it is smaller, the cliffs are smaller and easier to climb. And that's what he's going to do. It takes only a few minutes to walk up, and he cannot jump up to the next level. He must see if the branches are strong enough to hold him. Though it's uncomfortable, it's his only way to find food. And he gets up, barely. The next two are easy to jump up and aren't as big. Ceratosaurus has reached the divide that the Monolophosaurus crossed. The Monolophosaurus crossed all the way over there where the smaller cliffs are. But he knows that the Monolophosaurus is near the plains, and that is the only way he can get there. It's a few steps, but then he hears a loud roar. Ceratosaurus looks up the cliff to see the Cryolophosaurus. Cryolophosaurus has not fully recovered from the battle recently, a few hours ago. But he is still willing to fight, and he also needs food, so he awaits the Ceratosaurus. Ceratosaurus will no longer hunt on the plains, but will go after the Cryolophosaurus no matter what it takes. He will get food no matter what. It takes a good 20 minutes to cross the divide, and now he has to get into the forest. This part you can go through because it isn't that thick, unlike the other parts of the forest. 10 minutes and he's out of the forest. Next one is the most difficult and most dangerous. This forest cannot be gone through because it is too thick and too dangerous. But the only way you can get past it is going around it. And that, if he falls, it could be over for him. For 30 minutes he reaches his destination, and an enemy awaits him. Ceratosaurus charges. The Cryolophosaurus has taken a nasty bite to the neck. He cries in pain. He is able to knock the Ceratosaurus off his feet. But the Ceratosaurus is almost slipping off the cliff, and if he falls, he will die. What may seem lost for the Ceratosaurus, but the Cryolophosaurus is going to make a move that will cost him his life. As he charges, his foot gets stuck in a rock and he trips. This is the last few moments of his life. The Ceratosaurus is lucky, very lucky, and it'll take him a good hour to get back through all the obstacles to see his one kill. Ceratosaurus comes down after an hour to see his kill covered in blood from the fall. He is glad he's not fallen himself, and as he takes a bite, he roars in triumph. This morning we see the Monolophosaurus get up, and he walks out onto the plains. From the other angle, that his leg has been healing a bit. Not all the way, and it has not gotten infected. He can still hunt and fight, but he is still injured. Very beginning, this is where the Yutyrannus was sleeping. But now, he's going to climb up here to get to the forest where the Yutyrannus is. He's going to try and hunt down the Yutyrannus and possibly kill it. This far into the journey, he must take risks or he will die. He wants to climb up the rocks so he can get up to the forest. once he gets up, he is greeted by the Utyrannus, and another battle begins. The Utyrannus takes a powerful bite to the neck. This could have killed the Monolophosaurus, but it wasn't strong enough. The Utyrannus is not that weak. And the Monolophosaurus shakes free and makes an injury to the already injured shoulder of the Utyrannus. Rush! Utyrannus is terribly injured, but now someone will make a move and it will end the line for the other. Utyrannus' neck has been impaled. Monolophosaurus, already terribly injured and beaten up and very close to dying, finally has his meal, surely enough to recover him. Next morning, we see the Ceratosaurus climbing up the small cliffs to get up to the plains. But no, he is going to find the Monolophosaurus. He plans to hunt him down. One more small jump, he reaches the beautiful plains. He looks for the Monolophosaurus on the plains, but no sign of him, though he can pick up his scent. And where he picks up his scent is in the forest above. He tries to get into the shade to see if he can find anything from there, but he knows the Monolophosaurus is in the forest above, and he must climb the rocks if he wants to get there, is what he attempts to do. With good effort, he reaches the forest. He looks around for the Monolophosaurus, but nothing in sight. But that all changes in a second, and the Ceratosaurus has caught him. Because the Monolophosaurus is standing right in front of him. Monolophosaurus runs, but the Ceratosaurus is not far behind. Monolophosaurus must take the highest risk ever. He will climb this massive tree, and if he fails, he will surely die. Ceratosaurus eagerly follows. Made their way to the final branch. If one of them loses their footing, they will plummet down 200 feet and die. Ceratosaurus is about to strike. And with all his might, he pounces. Ceratosaurus is hanging by the last thread. Then, with no more strength, he lets go. The Ceratosaurus is dead, which makes the only remaining dinosaur the winner. But the Monolophosaurus is nowhere near recovering. He's injured so badly and exhausted so badly that he cannot hang on any longer. Because after he eats the Ceratosaurus, then there's no more food on the island, which means he cannot survive here. And with all the exhaustion, he accepts his fate. You have to live life to the fullest, because life is just so short, and you never know when it's going to end.